Thank you for joining us here today. This is Richard with Wisdom Investor. Today we're going to look at some viewer questions and comments that we've received over the last couple of weeks. We're going to break down some of these questions, just go over them on this particular video. So we're going to cover various retirement questions, investing questions. Some of the retirement questions are related to people who are taking Social Security and working after the age of 62. So we're going to take a look at these questions and answer them. If you have some ideas, please leave your comments. This first question here is, how much will my 401k be if I have 40k, if I leave it for 20 years? Note, I am no longer working with the company. I just want to know how much it will be in 20 years. Thanks. Okay, in this question, we don't have a whole lot to go by. We don't know the investing experience. We do not know how it's invested. Did he leave it with the company? Now, if I had left this company, I wouldn't leave my money with the company, for one. I'm just saying it in general, just in case something happens to that company. I wouldn't want to have my 401k tied to this. Just take a look here. If he had 40k sitting around, here's a simple calculation here. 40,000 earning 2%, because we don't know how he's invested. So we're going to be very conservative. It would grow to $59,000 after 20 years. Now let's use another example. Let's just say, for example, he was able to get 6%. He had it invested in the market. I'm using a conservative number here because we don't know his level of expertise. But if he was able to get 6% over 20 years, that would grow to $132,000. So that's not too bad for just sitting around. Next question here. Just wondering for your opinion. I bought some stock 8 or 10 weeks ago just before market collapsed down lots of money. Should I stick it out for the fourth quarter, hoping to make up for some of the losses? Yes, that is unfortunate here. The market drop did catch a lot of people by surprise. Here we're going to look at the S&P 500. This is a weekly chart. This is the drop in 2020 here. Now, fortunately, we've had a nice recovery. So his question is, should he hang in there? I think for right now, I would just hang in there. Now, on the other side, I would pick a point. If the market does collapse again, I would want to be out at that point. We don't know how long this situation is going to last. It could last for a couple of years. We don't know how close this person is to retirement, how soon they're going to need it. If this is money they need for retirement, I would take some out at this point right here, at least a year or 2 years of savings, and then they can use that to live off of. And then if the market has various gyrations up and down, it wouldn't affect them near as bad. Next question here, it's a retirement question. If I retire at 62 and receive Social Security and then work a bit after, when does Social Security recompute my benefits? In the job after I turned 62, I paid some dollars. Thanks. Okay, folks, those who have Social Security questions, just to let you know, we have all kinds of videos here. If you go to our homepage on the YouTube site, you'll see all types of videos here, a section on Social Security questions. There's a video here that says, can I retire at 62 and still work? And that explains a lot of this. And then I have a follow-up video to that I will put in the section below. There's also other types of videos that you can watch here in this section. Okay, we're going to take a look at this question here. He's retired at 62, took Social Security and worked a little bit. We do have a couple of questions on this, so I'm going to briefly go over this. So a person's 62, they can work after they're 62. Now, if they earn over $18,240, they're going to have to pay some of that back. Every $2 you earn over this $18,000, they're going to deduct $1 from Social Security. So just to keep this simple, if you earned $19,240, that's $1,000. So for every $2, you're going to divide 2 into that $1,000. That's $500. So they're going to take $500 back from your Social Security, and they're going to do that the following year. This person wanted to know, when does that happen? Now, once you reach full retirement age, that's going to depend on your particular own situation. That's right now, that's typically in the 66 or 67 years old person. Once you reach those ages, you can work all day long, 24 hours a day, and Social Security will not take any of your monies out. So in this question, when are they going to readjust his Social Security or to take that $500 out? It's the next year, and they'll take that $500 out all in the first month in January. Okay, we have another Social Security question. Stick with us for the full episode here. We have some good questions to cover here. This next question, okay, so the $2,500 that Social Security deducts due to going over the threshold, that was discussed in that video I just showed you. I assume that is calculated on the next fiscal year, so on and so forth. So he goes down here and says, in other words, say I retire this month at 62, I presume I'll be getting the entire amount as per what I'm qualified for. Then in 2021, Social Security calculates what I made in 2020, deducts that amount from my Social Security. Is that deduction amount for the entire fiscal year of 2021, leaving me with the balance, if any? Okay, if a person, again, goes over that threshold in 2020, in this particular case, like this gentleman we talked about, they go over that threshold of $18,240 in 2020, for example, the Social Security is going to recalculate in 2021, and they're going to determine how much to take out. So they start with the first month. Let's just say they have to take out $3,000, but you earn $1,000 per month in Social Security. They're going to take out their $3,000 before you get any money. Okay, it's kind of a weird calculation way they do it, but they're going to get their money first, and then you'll start getting your payments. So that's how that calculation works. Question here is, do you base earned income on AGI? And this question was related to that same video of you working over 62. So yes, adjusted gross income is how they calculate that. Next question. I'm trying to figure out if military pensions weigh against drawing Social Security early. Military pensions are not earned income, as I understand. That's correct. Military pension will not account against your Social Security. They are treated separately. Next question. Good afternoon. I am 52 years old and would like to start a retirement plan. I am not sure if a traditional IRA or Roth IRA is best for me. I make $60,000 to $80,000 a year and would like to retire at 63. I share my income and file a joint return on our taxes with my wife, and together we make $120K per year. What is the best IRA for me? Okay, so the IRA, the standard IRA, you can deduct that from your income, and when you take the money out, the earnings are taxed in the future when you retire. The Roth IRA is using money that's already taxed, and when you go to take it out during retirement, that money is not taxed. In this case, I would use the Roth IRA. I think he has enough years to build up quite a bit of money in the Roth, and then when he takes it out, it would not be taxed. If you have a different angle to this, leave a comment. Here's a person leaving a comment. I retired at 53 with 30 years of federal service. Too young to sit, so I went back to work for 7 more years. Now I will be 62 in 1 year. I will draw my Social Security at 62. My Social Security will be recalculated at that time. I projected to get $2,088 per month if I wait until 66. If I draw at 62, I will get $1,500. Why must I wait 4 more years just for $500 difference? I guess probably because I can afford to do that. Many people have different reasons or another. 2 of the biggest reasons is mortgage and car payments. Get those 2 balanced and you can retire without the burden. So yes, great comment there. If you can go into retirement with your house paid off and your cars paid off, no debt, then yes, you can retire early. In this case, he can retire earning $1,500 per month. Sounds like he's getting some federal money also. Now, if a person does have some savings, they want to go ahead and retire at 62, they want to live off of their savings and let their retirement account build up from Social Security, that's a good reason why to wait. If you don't need the money right now and you retire early, then let it build up to the age of 66, and then you'll be collecting that $2,088. That's worth about $250,000 to $300,000 annuity to you. And that can definitely be a bonus, especially in their latter years. Next question. So I want to invest in a stock or have money in the bank and I receive Social Security retirement survival benefits. Will I get penalized? No, you will not get penalized for having money in the bank or investing in stocks. Now, if you start to earn income, adjusted gross income above this $18,240 level, then, and you're under your full retirement age of either 66 or 67, you could have to pay some of that back, but you will not be penalized. Okay, here's a question. I do have a question. If I collect at 62 and still work, making, say, less than $10K per year, do I still pay into Social Security? I understand that your benefit amount is frozen at one amount when you collect at 62. So why would I still have to pay taxes? Okay, so that is just a rule that you have to live by. If you're earning money, yes, you're still going to pay Social Security. You're still going to pay your FICA. You're going to pay all your other taxes that you have to pay. Now, the nice thing here, he's still working. He's 62, still working. If he's earning more in this year, he earns 10K, than one of the 35 or so years that they calculate his benefit. If he earned more in this year than one of those previous years that they figured his benefit, it can increase his benefit. So by continuing to work while you're collecting Social Security can actually increase your benefit because you're continuing to pay in. Now, if you retire at 62 and you no longer work, you are locked in at that benefit amount that you receive. Next question, is it just wages earned between 62 to 65? Does a pension count toward the $17,640? Do 401k distributions count or stocks sold in a non-retirement account? Okay, here he's talking about the number we gave earlier. That was the 18,240. Probably was thinking of maybe the year past, but that's what he's talking about. But that is wages earned. Only wages earned between 62 to 65 will count for this threshold. If he's getting capital gains or income from another retirement account and it's not considered wages, then that would not affect that limit.